The most powerful way to rise above your circumstances is by rebuilding yourself from the inside. The greatest project you'll ever work on is the one that builds you. When you choose to rebuild yourself, you choose growth, and growth is the only way forward. Rebuilding isn't about fixing who you were, it's about creating who you want to become. Let me ask you something. Do you feel like you're stuck in a place you don't want to be? Maybe you've tried to change before, but nothing seems to work. It's frustrating, right? Rebuilding yourself isn't easy, but it is absolutely possible. The truth is that change doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, effort, and the right mindset. But imagine what your life could look like if you truly rebuilt yourself, physically, mentally, and emotionally. In this video, I'm going to share 10 powerful steps to help you rebuild your life and become the person you've always wanted to be. These aren't just steps to follow, they are principles that you can apply every day. The first one is about making your goals specific and actionable. You can't rebuild a better version of yourself if you don't know what that version looks like. Imagine walking into a construction site without a blueprint. It would be chaos, right? The same applies to your life. If you don't have a clear picture of where you're headed, you'll waste time, energy, and potential. So today, let's talk about how to make your goals specific and actionable. When we talk about rebuilding yourself, the first step is clarity, and clarity starts with setting goals, but not just any goals, specific and actionable ones. You can't rebuild a better version of yourself if you don't know what that version looks like. Imagine walking into a building site without a blueprint. There would be tools scattered everywhere, materials piled up without order, and no structure in sight. It's chaos, right? The same applies to your life. If you don't have a clear picture of where you're headed, you'll waste time, energy, and potential. So today, we're diving into how you can create goals that are not only specific, but also actionable. Let's start at the core. What do you truly want? This question can feel overwhelming because it forces you to dig deep. And here's the thing. What you want should come from you, not from your family, not from society, and not from the expectations of people around you. You need to focus on your desires, your ambitions, and your dreams. Too many people live their lives chasing what others expect them to achieve, and as a result, they end up unfulfilled. Don't let that happen to you. Take time to sit down with a pen and paper. Yes, physically write it down and ask yourself, what do I want in my life? Be honest with yourself. Once you know what you want, you need to make it specific. If your dream is financial freedom, don't just say, I want to be rich. That's vague and directionless. Instead, write something like, I want to earn $100,000 a year by starting an online business by the end of 2025. That's clarity. That's direction. You've turned a broad idea into a concrete goal. And when you have something concrete to aim for, your mind can focus, your energy isn't scattered, and your actions have purpose. Hey, here's the thing about big goals. They can feel intimidating. It's easy to look at the mountain in front of you and feel overwhelmed. That's why you need to make your goals actionable. Break that big goal into smaller, manageable steps. If you want to start an online business, your first step might be researching the market. Once that's done, your next step could be identifying a product or service you want to offer. After that, you might start building a website or creating a marketing plan. Focus on one step at a time. Action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. And let's talk about confidence. Confidence doesn't come from wishing things were better. It doesn't appear out of thin air. Confidence is built through action. Every small step you take toward your goal strengthens your belief in yourself. And let me tell you, without belief in yourself, nothing else matters. No strategy, no advice, no tool will work if you don't believe you can do it. Belief is the foundation of all progress. This belief keeps you moving forward when things get tough. And trust me, there will be tough days. Now, there's another critical piece to this process. Deadlines. A goal without a deadline is just a dream. Deadlines give your goals a sense of urgency. They force you to act instead of procrastinating. If your goal is to get in shape, don't just say, "I want to lose weight." Say, "I want to lose 15 pounds in 3 months by working out 4 times a week and eating healthier." See the difference? A deadline transforms your goal from an idea into a commitment. And when you commit, you're more likely to follow through. Here is an important point. Once you set a goal, you need to track your progress. You can't improve what you don't measure. If your goal is financial, write down your earnings every week. If your goal is fitness, track your weight or the number of push-ups you can do. Tracking gives you a clear picture of where you stand. It also keeps you motivated. When you see those numbers moving in the right direction, it's a reminder that your efforts are paying off. And if the numbers aren't moving, tracking helps you identify what's not working, so you can adjust your approach. Now let's address something people often overlook. Accountability. Goals are easy to ignore when you're the only one who knows about them. Share your goals with someone you trust. It could be a mentor, a close friend, or even a coach. When someone else is cheering you on, or better yet, checking in on your progress, you'll feel an extra push to stay on track. Accountability isn't just about having someone to report to. It's about having someone in your corner who believes in you. That kind of support can make all the difference. And speaking of support, you need to surround yourself with the right people. Rebuilding yourself isn't a solo journey. You need to be around people who lift you up, not those who drag you down. Take a hard look at the people in your life. Are they encouraging you? Are they inspiring you to be better? If the answer is no, it's time to make some changes. The people you spend time with have a massive impact on your mindset and motivation. Here's another crucial step. Revisit your goals regularly. Life changes and so do priorities. What felt important 6 months ago might not feel as urgent today. That's okay. Adjusting your goals doesn't mean you're failing. It means you're evolving. Reassess your goals every few months. Are they still aligned with where you want to go? If they are, double down. If not, don't be afraid to pivot. Flexibility is a strength, not a weakness. The key is to stay committed to the process of growth, even if the destination changes. Now, let me leave you with a challenge today. Sit down and write one specific and actionable goal. Just one. Break it into steps, set a deadline, find someone to hold you accountable, and most importantly, take the first step before the day ends. Because here's the truth. Rebuilding yourself doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a journey, and it starts with a single decision to act. Next, let's talk about building a strong daily routine. To rebuild yourself, you need a strong foundation, and that foundation is built on your daily routine. The way you spend your day shapes the person you become. If you wake up aimlessly, drift through the day without focus, and end it without a sense of accomplishment, you're not moving forward. You're standing still. To create a better version of yourself, your daily routine must be intentional, productive, and aligned with your goals. You got it. Let's begin with mornings. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Wake up at a consistent time every day, even on weekends. This creates discipline and gets your body and mind into rhythm. Avoid reaching for your phone first thing in the morning. Instead, spend the first 30 minutes on activities that energize and focus you. This could be journaling your thoughts, meditating for clarity, or exercising to wake up your body. Even drinking a glass of water can be a small but powerful action that signals you're ready to take on the day. The key is to make these activities non-negotiable. They're not optional. They're part of who you are. Next, let's talk about priorities. A strong routine is not just about being busy. It's about being effective. Before your day begins, ask yourself, what must I accomplish today? These should be tasks that bring you closer to your goals. They don't need to be massive undertakings, but they do need to matter. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, one of your tasks could be preparing healthy meals for the day. If your goal is financial, it could be spending 30 minutes learning about investments or saving strategies. The point is to focus on what moves the needle, not on what keeps you distracted. Now let's address time management. A strong routine doesn't just happen, it's planned. Break your day into blocks of time dedicated to specific tasks. For instance, set aside an hour in the morning for deep work, tasks that require focus and creativity. Use the afternoon for less demanding activities like emails or errands. Schedule breaks too. Your mind needs rest to stay sharp. A 10-minute break every hour can keep you energized and productive. Here's a tip. Protect your peak hours. If you're most alert in the morning, use that time for your most important work. Don't waste it on social media or trivial tasks. Now, another crucial part of your routine is movement. Physical activity isn't just for your body, it's for your mind. Whether it's a 15-minute walk, a quick workout, or a full gym session, make time to move every day. Movement boosts your energy, clears your mind, and keeps you feeling strong. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. Just find something you enjoy and commit to it. The consistency of moving your body daily builds discipline, and discipline is essential for self-rebuilding. Now let's talk about evenings. How you end your day is just as important as how you start it. Use the last hour before bed to reflect and prepare. Write down what you accomplished, what went well, and what you could improve. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about learning and growing. Plan your tasks for the next day so you can wake up with a clear direction. Avoid screens an hour before bed to help your mind wind down. Instead, read something inspiring, listen to calming music, or spend time with loved ones. The goal is to end the day with peace and gratitude. Another aspect of a strong routine is consistency. You won't see results from doing something once. Real growth comes from showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. Let me be clear, there will be days when you're tired, unmotivated, or tempted to skip your routine. Those are the days that matter most. Make it a habit to drink plenty of water throughout the day. Start your morning with a glass of water and keep a bottle with you so you can stay hydrated. Aim to drink half your body weight in ounces each day. Staying hydrated helps you feel more alert, focused, and energized. Building a strong immune system is also key to maintaining high energy levels. You don't want to be constantly fighting off colds or illnesses that keep you from doing your best work. Eating well, exercising, managing stress, and getting enough sleep all contribute to a healthy immune system. But you can also support your immune system with vitamins, minerals, and supplements. For example, vitamin D and zinc can help boost your immune defense. A strong immune system keeps you healthy and allows you to stay on track with your goals without interruptions. Another aspect to consider is your overall lifestyle. Your environment plays a massive role in your energy. Are you constantly surrounded by negativity? Do you spend time with people who drain your energy or add stress to your life? Evaluate your surroundings, both physically and emotionally. Create a space where you feel calm, motivated, and productive. Surround yourself with people who support your growth, not those who pull you down. You'll find that your energy levels improve, your mindset strengthens, and your journey to rebuild yourself becomes that much clearer. When you remove negative influences from your life and focus on building uplifting, positive relationships, concentrating on your health and energy, it's not just about looking good or feeling good in the moment. It's about laying the groundwork for everything you want to accomplish. When you put your health first, you're giving yourself the best opportunity to perform at your peak, face challenges head on, and stay consistent on your path. Health and energy are the cornerstones that support everything else you want to achieve. Without them, it's nearly impossible to rebuild yourself. If you take care of your body and mind, they will in turn take care of you. Failures and mistakes are unavoidable in your journey to rebuild yourself. The key to growth is not avoiding them, but learning from them. In fact, every failure presents an opportunity to become stronger, better, and more capable. If you're not making mistakes, you're not challenging yourself enough. Let's explore how you can turn each setback into a setup for something greater. First, let's talk about the fear of failure. It's perfectly natural to be afraid of failing, but you need to reframe that fear. Failure isn't the end of the road. It's part of the process. Every successful person you admire has failed many times. What differentiates those who succeed from those who don't is how they handle failure. Successful people don't let failure stop them. They learn from it and use it as a stepping stone towards success. Understand that failure is a teacher. It's there to show you where you went wrong and how you can improve next time. If you stop at failure, you stop growing. But if you embrace it, you unlock valuable lessons that can propel you forward. The first step to learning from failure is to accept it. Stop running from it and don't let your mistakes define who you are. Instead of seeing a failure as something negative, view it as an opportunity to grow. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What went wrong? How can I do better next time? Every failure carries a lesson, but it's only useful if you're willing to learn from it. Don't beat yourself up about it. Learn from it, adjust, and keep moving forward. Next, develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back stronger after every setback. It's not about never falling down, it's about how quickly you get back up. When you fail, it's important to give yourself time to process the situation, but don't stay stuck there. Don't linger in self-pity or disappointment. Instead, remind yourself that failure is part of the journey. Everyone fails at some point. What matters is what you do after that. Dust yourself off, take the lessons you've learned, and get back to work. Every time you rise from failure, you strengthen your mental and emotional endurance. Resilience becomes an essential tool as you rebuild yourself. Failures also remind you that you're pushing your boundaries. When you try something new or push yourself beyond your comfort zone, you increase the chance of making mistakes. But that's where growth happens. Without failure, you wouldn't know your limits, nor would you know where you need to improve. Embrace those challenges, knowing that even if you don't succeed right away, you're developing the skills, mindset, and perseverance needed to get closer to your goal. You also need to separate your identity from your failure. Too often people take failure personally. They think, I failed, therefore I am a failure. But that's not true. Failing doesn't make you a failure. It makes you someone who is trying, someone who's daring to step up. You can always try again, and each time you do, you grow. Failing at something doesn't define who you are. It shows that you took a risk, and risk is essential for growth. Every successful person has failed at some point, but they never allowed their mistakes to define them. They used their mistakes to fuel their next attempt. Another crucial part of learning from failure is self-reflection. After a failure, take time to assess what happened. Look at the situation objectively. What factors contributed to the failure? Did you lack preparation? Were you too impatient? Did you fail to ask for help when you needed it? Get clear on what went wrong so that you can adjust and move forward. Self-reflection helps you pinpoint areas where you can improve, which will guide you in making better decisions next time. It's also important to understand that failure doesn't usually happen in one single moment. Often, it's the result of a series of smaller mistakes that build up. So instead of getting discouraged by one major failure, break it down into smaller parts. What can you learn from each individual step? When did things start to go wrong? If you can identify the smaller mistakes, you can avoid them in the future. Breaking down a failure into smaller pieces makes it easier to manage and take actionable steps toward improvement. Don't forget to surround yourself with the right people during times of failure. You'll encounter people who support you, encourage you to get back on track, and share their own stories of failure and recovery. Remember, you don't have to go through this process alone. Find a mentor, a coach, or even a friend who can offer perspective. They can remind you that failure is just a part of life and not something to be afraid of. These people can provide guidance, wisdom, and encouragement, making it easier to continue your journey. Never fear failing forward. Failing forward means taking what you've learned from your failures and applying it in a way that brings you closer to your goals. Don't get stuck on the cycle of repeating the same mistakes. Use your failures to change your approach, refine your strategies, and improve your skills. When you fail forward, every mistake becomes an investment in your future success. You turn every failure into an asset that helps propel you toward your goal. Rebuilding yourself isn't just about setting goals and working hard. It's also about being resilient and adaptable. Life is unpredictable. You can have the best plans in place, but things won't always unfold the way you expect. The key to lasting change and growth isn't perfection. It's the ability to bounce back when things don't go according to plan. Resilience and adaptability are your greatest allies on this journey. The first thing to know about resilience is that it's not an innate skill. It's something you build over time. Life will test you, whether through personal challenges, professional setbacks, or unexpected events. You will face obstacles that could derail your progress. The question isn't whether these obstacles will arise, it's how you'll respond to them. Being resilient means staying strong even when everything feels like it's falling apart. It's the ability to keep moving forward no matter how difficult the road may seem. To build resilience, start by focusing on what you can control. Pay attention to the actions you can take today, rather than getting overwhelmed by the larger picture. When life gets tough, it's easy to freeze, feeling overwhelmed by everything that's going wrong. But this is when you need to focus on what's right in front of you. Take one small step forward. Do one thing today that moves you in the right direction, no matter how minor it seems. These small actions create momentum, and momentum is incredibly powerful. Each small victory strengthens your resilience and determination. Adaptability is just as important as resilience. While resilience is about staying strong, adaptability is about adjusting to changing circumstances. Life doesn't always give you what you expect, and sometimes you'll find yourself in situations where your original plan no longer works. That's where adaptability comes in. It's the ability to change course without losing sight of your end goal. It's about being flexible and willing to pivot when necessary. When you're rebuilding yourself, expect your plans to veer off course at times. You'll encounter roadblocks, detours, and situations you didn't foresee. The more rigid your approach, the harder it will be to adapt. To embrace adaptability, you must be open-minded. It's easy to become attached to your original plan and feel disappointed when things don't go as expected. But now is the time to let go of your attachment to specific outcomes and be open to new possibilities. Sometimes failure isn't the end, it's the beginning of a new direction. If you're open to it, you can turn what seems like a setback into an opportunity for growth. Adaptability also means embracing change. Change is uncomfortable, but it's inevitable, whether you want it or not. You'll be required to change, learn, and grow in ways you didn't anticipate. Every time you do, you'll emerge as a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Also, remember that resilience doesn't mean doing everything on your own. When things get tough, reach out for help. Seek advice from others, talk to mentors, or just share your struggles with someone who cares. Sometimes you need someone else's perspective to help you see the bigger picture. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Those who rebuild themselves the best know they don't have to do it alone. They surround themselves with people who can support them, guide them, and even help them adapt to new circumstances. Lastly, build your mental resilience by nurturing your mind. When challenges are constant, it's easy for negative thoughts and self-doubt to take over. Guard your mindset and focus on solutions rather than problems. When difficulties arise, remind yourself that setbacks are temporary. What matters most is how you respond to them. Don't let negative emotions take control. Practice positive self-talk, engage in meditation, or use whatever methods help you stay mentally strong. The mind is a powerful tool, and when you use it well, it can help you remain resilient and adaptable no matter what challenges come your way. Resilience and adaptability aren't just about surviving life's challenges. They're about thriving in the face of them. When you can meet obstacles head-on, stay flexible, and keep moving forward, no matter what, you set yourself up for success. You can't control everything life throws at you, but you can control how you respond. When you build the muscles of resilience and adaptability, nothing can stop you from becoming the person you're working to be.